The Horn of Africa has tasted all the bitterness life has to offer, from wars and conflicts to natural disasters prompting a declaration of emergencies. Times have tested the resilience of its people to the tipping point. Droughts and famine ravaging their livelihood on one end, wars and conflicts scathing their economy on the other. Education has been badly affected as a result. It is reported that over 80% of Somali adults are illiterate. Of the 20% who are literate, only 35% are women. In other words, only 12% of Somali women are literate. The average gross enrollment rate at primary school level is still one of the lowest in the world at 27.9%. 33.6% of the boys and 22.1% being girls. Based on an estimated primary school population of 1,006,039,818 children aged 6 to 13 years. Out of the enrolled children, only a paltry 59.8% of those entering grade 1 are likely to complete grade 4. Gender disparities still remain high, with females constituting only 14% of the teaching staff, while girls amount only to 37% of the pupils. Additionally, net primary attendance ratio for boys is 12% compared to girls 10%. The girls also have significantly high dropout rates compared to the boys. Uneducated and employed, the youth have resigned to a life of hopelessness, while women increasingly forced to shoulder the economic burden of their families. They are constrained by illiteracy and lack of other self-empowering life skills, edging them to abject poverty without a choice. Adventist Development and Relief Agency ADRA Somaliland chapter is part of the ADRA network's development and relief agencies in 125 countries worldwide.
ADRA has been in Somaliland since 1985, predominantly in the energy sector. For a long time, ADRA was the only NGO working on energy. Currently, we are active in energy, education, water and sanitation and emergency here in Somaliland.
ADRA is a humanitarian agency committed to build and enhance the capacity of vulnerable communities in Somalia and Somaliland, and its projects are designed to attain sustainable positive change in the lives of the people of Somalia through development and relief initiatives. ADRA has been operating in Somalia since 1992, implementing emergency relief and development interventions in different sectors.
I'm aware that ADRA supports 11 schools, 7 of them in Sanaag and 4 outside Sanaag in Sool region. ADRA has also supported teacher motivation, and this is all for the good of the students to get motivated in education.
Since then, ADRA has managed over 100 projects funded by different donors in 8 sectors, namely water, primary healthcare, education, food security, infrastructure, institutional capacity building, micro-enterprise development, and emergency response interventions. Given the uniqueness of circumstances of the education sector in the region, ADRA has over the years come up with innovative approaches designed to fit various needs and peculiarities of diverse beneficiaries of its education interventions. These approaches include primary basic education, functional adult literacy, promotion of women empowerment and rights, vocational training, teacher training, integrated basic education services. ADRA has been implementing education projects funded by different donors since 1997. The agency, through USAID, DANIDA, and MFA NORI funding, has previously implemented primary education, vocational and functional adult literacy. In Puntland, ADRA has implemented 18 months functional adult literacy program benefiting 1,500 women in Nugal region. This project was funded by DANIDA. Promotion of Women Empowerment and Rights Power project, funded by Swiss and Dutch donors, was implemented for 3 years between 2004 to 2007 to benefit over 6,000 IDP girls and adult women through the provision of literacy and vocational skills training. Basic Education Development Project, funded by EC and targeting children and adult learners, was implemented between 2004 to 2006.
This school was started with 1 classroom and 1 teacher. We then got support from ADRA, and as you can see now, we have 7 classrooms and 2 offices. ADRA has built a school and equipped it. Adults who could not get education before can now benefit from this. Mothers who sell groceries have also benefited because the school is just next to their market. They have learned how to read and write, something they could not do before.
Vocational training for displaced youths, funded by Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Norway, was implemented in Mudug for 2 years and ended in December 2008.
ADRA supports us so much. They have been supporting us since 1997. All these things you see here now, including buildings and increased student enrollment, they have contributed majorly.
ADRA has also implemented support to integrated basic education services, SIBES, in consortium with other partners, including Save the Children. It has also implemented strengthening capacity of teacher training, SCOT, and strengthening capacity of teacher training in primary and secondary project as a consortium member with Save the Children and CARE. The agency is also currently implementing a European Union-funded basic education project, expanded participation in basic education targeting Somaliland, Puntland and Galmudug regions.
In 2009, we launched our first education project, which is the expanded participation in basic education project, which is really one of our flagship projects in education, although previously we had worked in the education sector through our energy project, where we were able to provide solar systems for lighting in schools.
The European Union and ADRA Germany funded expanded participation in basic education project in an action which was launched to provide expanded opportunities for children, youth and adults to access quality basic education delivered in a way and time that favor their special circumstances. It also recognizes that passing formal literacy and numeracy skills without sensitizing and empowering the communities on other cross-cutting issues that benefit education is expected to provide is not very likely to fully materialize. The action has been designed so as to enhance access to basic education for children and adults in regions in Somalia, Somaliland, where access has been limited. Women, girls and youths are specifically targeted because of the low literacy levels and also because of the significant impact targeting and education of these groups is going to have on the entire community in the very near future. The overall objective of the action was to develop a sustainable, cohesive education system providing relevant formal and non-formal education to all children and adults in Somalia.
Informal education needs to be encouraged. There are many people who did not get a chance for education because of conflicts and other difficulties. In order for all these people to get educated, we request ADRA to expand the program to all regions and give priority to women.
Their specific objective was increased participation in non-formal and formal quality basic education with particular focus on girls and women, achieved by 2012 through consolidation and improvement of access to existing and additional quality basic education opportunities. The results of the action were increased access to primary education for children and basic education for adults with gender parity, improved classroom interactions in targeted primary schools and adult learning centers to be in line with the principles of Pedagogy and Andragogy, and capacity of ministries of education to manage and sustain primary and basic education strengthened. The project was launched in November 2009 and ran until November 2012. The action was implemented in all regions of Puntland, Sool and Sanaag regions of Somaliland and Mudug region of Central Somalia. ADRA was the lead agency and worked in partnership with the Ministries of Education and Relief International. Key achievements of the expanded participation in basic education EPIBE project were increased school enrollment since project inception of primary schools, an overall of 15,235, with 7,409 being male and 7,826 female. In Somaliland, a total of 8,026 beneficiaries, 4,066 being male and 3,960 female. In Puntland, a total of 6,198, with 3,029 being male and 3,169 female. In Mudug, a total of 1,011, with 314 male and 697 being female. The other achievement was additional enrollment since project inception for adult learning centers. An overall of 14,226 adult enrollments, translating to 25% male and 75% female beneficiaries. In Somaliland, 21% male and 79% female. In Puntland, 23% male and 77% female. In Gal Mudug, 41% male and 59% female. Construction and renovation activities were completed in 71 schools, 31 new classrooms constructed in 21 schools, 133 classrooms renovated in 37 schools, 5 new classrooms constructed in 3 adult learning centers, 25 classrooms renovated in 10 adult learning centers, 80 wash facilities in 32 schools renovated and constructed, and 19 wash facilities rehabilitated in adult learning centers, way surpassing the targeted 71 schools and 71 girls' sanitation facilities earmarked for construction and rehabilitation.
While in the market area, this school was constructed out of iron sheets. After the building of the new classrooms, even the enrollment rate has improved.
ADRA pays the salaries of 9 teachers. The government was not paying teachers any salary then. We have been relieved so much. ADRA is the only NGO that helps our school. They build the classrooms and equip them. Even this beautiful office you see here was built and equipped by ADRA. One time a strong wind blew off the roofs of the school, injuring many students while in the morning assembly. Some of them died. ADRA then came to renovate the school again. Today, both morning and evening student shifts are operating normally, without fear of the roof being blown off again when it's raining.
All the targeted 15 schools were provided with ICT equipment, computers, printers, scanners, which are being utilized by teachers for lesson planning and preparation of notes.
ADRA helped us with the office equipment. Before, we used to go to the market to do photocopies. We now have all office equipment available within.